That moment may have lasted only around 15 seconds. Too brief, perhaps, to seem significant to some. But for those who truly paid attention, those who understand the subtle dynamics between these two figures on stage, it felt far greater than just an ordinary interaction. A fancam video revealed something different, something unscripted, unrehearsed, and never officially explained. A gesture that felt personal. Did I end the video? Kim Taehyung is seen standing on one side of the stage, moving confidently in sync with the music alongside the other members of BTS. Everything appears normal, even flawless, until suddenly his focus shifts. His gaze turns toward Jungkook, who at that moment is slightly further away, immersed in his own part, singing, dancing, fulfilling his role as a main performer with intense energy. Then, everything changes. With a single hand gesture, simple on the surface, yet loaded with meaning, Taehyung seems to call Jungkook back to his side. It doesn't feel like part of a synchronized routine. It feels spontaneous. There is urgency in that motion, something that goes beyond professionalism. And what's even more surprising, Jungkook doesn't ignore it. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't delay. He immediately moves closer, as if he fully understands the unspoken message. The question is, how can a wordless communication be so clear? Fans who watched the clip quickly split into countless interpretations. Was it a rarely noticed part of the choreography? Or was it a spontaneous moment revealing a deeper emotional connection? Or could something have happened behind the scenes that the public knows nothing about? When we talk about the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook, we are not just talking about two group members working together. We're talking about a long journey, from their trainee days, growing under the intense pressure of the entertainment industry, learning to understand each other beyond words. And perhaps that is where the key to this moment lies, because not all communication needs sound. In a world of blinding stage lights, roaring crowds, and the pressure to perform perfectly, artists often develop subtle ways of communicating. A glance, a small gesture, even a shift in position can carry clear meaning for those accustomed to it. But what makes this moment different is its intensity. The way Taehyung signaled and the way Jungkook responded, it felt more than professional. It felt emotional. Some fans even pointed out a subtle tension before the moment occurred. In the seconds leading up to the gesture, Jungkook appeared slightly distant. Not dramatically, but enough to create a noticeable gap. Was that part of the choreography? Or a spontaneous decision? No one can say for certain. But what is clear is this. The moment Taehyung called him back, that distance disappeared instantly, and that is where the mystery deepens. Why did he have to come back? Was that position crucial for the formation? Or was it important to Taehyung personally? Why did he feel the need to ensure Jungkook stood by his side? And why did Jungkook respond so quickly? Without question, some argue this reflects Taehyung's unspoken leadership on stage, a natural instinct to maintain balance and visual harmony. But that explanation does not fully account for the expressions captured on camera. Because if you look closely, there is something in Taehyung's gaze, something beyond professional focus, and Jungkook's reaction is equally compelling. He doesn't just return to position. He returns almost reflexively, as if his body is used to responding to that call. As if there is a habit formed over years, a silent understanding to always come back when Taehyung calls. Did I ask this just coincidence? Or is it the result of a bond built over time, so deep, so intuitive, that it no longer needs explanation? Amid the roaring crowd and flashing lights, the moment may seem small. But for those who understand human dynamics, especially under the pressure of the K-pop industry, it becomes a window into something greater. Something impossible to fake, because genuine emotion often reveals itself in the smallest details, and that is precisely why this moment feels so powerful. Some observers have even begun to question whether something occurred before the performance. Was there a discussion, or even a minor tension, that made Taehyung feel the need to pull Jungkook back? Or was it a form of protection? A subtle way of ensuring everything remained under control? There are no definite answers, but one thing is undeniable. The public reaction cannot be ignored. The video spread rapidly, sparking intense discussions across platforms. Every second analyzed, every movement scrutinized, every expression interpreted, and the more people watch it, the more they feel that something about that moment is different, something that cannot be explained by logic alone. Because if this were merely choreography, why does it feel so real? Why does it feel so personal? In the end, perhaps we will never truly know what happened in that moment. Maybe it was just a simple interaction, coincidentally captured on camera. Or perhaps it was a small fragment of something much bigger, something only those involved can truly understand. And yet, just when it seems like the moment has already revealed everything it could, a deeper question begins to surface. What if that brief exchange was not the highlight, but merely the beginning of something far more layered, far more complex than anyone initially realized? Because if you replay the footage again and again and again, there is something almost unsettling in its simplicity.
No exaggerated expressions, no dramatic movements,
no obvious disruption to the performance. And still it lingers. Why does such a small gesture refuse to fade from memory? Why does it feel as though something invisible passed between Kim Taehyung and Jungkook in that exact second? There is a theory among longtime observers of BTS that the group's strongest moments are not the ones that are rehearsed to perfection, but the ones that break slightly from it. The moments where instinct overrides structure, where emotion quietly disrupts precision. And if that theory holds any truth, then this moment, this quiet, almost imperceptible call, might be one of the most revealing fragments we have seen in a long time. Because think about it, on a stage where every step is calculated, every position mapped out, every second accounted for, deviation is not accidental. It is either a mistake or a decision. And this did not look like a mistake. There was no confusion in Taehyung's gesture.
no hesitation,
No searching glance as if he were unsure. It was direct, intentional, almost certain. And Jungkook's response mirrored that same certainty. There was no flicker of surprise, no pause to interpret, just immediate understanding. That kind of synchronization cannot be improvised in the moment, not unless it has been built over years of silent communication, which brings us to a possibility that feels both fascinating and unsettling. What if this was not the first time something like this has happened, but simply the first time it was seen this clearly? Because stages, no matter how brightly lit, still hide things. Not everything is captured. Not everything is noticed. And not everything is meant to be understood by the audience. But sometimes, just sometimes, a camera catches something at the perfect angle at the perfect time, and what was meant to remain subtle suddenly becomes visible to millions. And when that happens, interpretation becomes inevitable. Some fans began to revisit older performances, searching for similar patterns. Small gestures, brief glances, moments where positioning seemed to shift in ways that felt intentional. And interestingly, a pattern, whether real or imagined, started to emerge. A recurring sense that whenever distance appeared between them on stage, it rarely lasted long. Coincidence, or habit, or something even deeper. Something rooted not in choreography, but in connection, because connection, real connection, has a way of revealing itself in repetition. In consistency. In the quiet ways people return to each other without being told. And if there is one thing that stands out in this moment, it is not just the call, but the return. The way Jungkook returns, not as if he is correcting a mistake, not as if he is adjusting to a formation, but as if he is responding to something he recognizes instinctively, something familiar, something expected. And that raises another question. Was Taehyung aware that he would respond that way? Because if he was, then that gesture was not just communication. It was trust. Trust that no matter